Alright, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone that we will that taught us truth, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Brother Judical coming for another lesson, Lord willing, a very short lesson, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying. Alright. Today's lesson is about the persecution that we're going to go through as believers in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because history always repeats itself. Alright? It always does. There's nothing new under the sun. Alright? We start with that one. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. The thing that have been, alright, so what has been in the past, it is that which shall be. So whatever in the past happened back then, it's going to come to pass now. And that which is done is that which shall be done. So what happened back then is going to happen now. And there is no new thing under the sun. Alright, so the things that we're going to go through, alright, as men of the Lord willing, off that number, it's not new. It's happened in the past. Alright, for example, the Seleucid Empire. Okay, and I've got a bit here. This is a Greek empire, alright, and they took us over in the past, alright, and it's called the Seleucid Empire, alright. The Seleucid Empire was a vast Hellenistic, alright, Greek kingdom, and Hellenistic means to, have those Greek customs, etc. Alright, and that's what made our people unclean, because some of our people consented to this culture, this Hellenistic way of life, and a lot of our people resisted and were killed, because a lot of them died because they believed in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's a honorable, noble death. Alright, so the Seleucid Empire was a vast Hellenistic Greek kingdom in West Asia, founded by Seleucus the First Nictator, a general of Alexander the Great, around 312 BCE. Alright, emerging from the breakup of Alexander's empire and lasted until its Rome annexation in 63 BCE. Alright, and that empire basically brought out, laws that you had to follow. Okay, many of our people consented to those bullshit laws, but a lot of our people resisted. Okay, I'm going to show you here. Alright, this is First Maccabees 1 and 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. What does that sound like? Sounds like what's going on today. Alright, one world government, new world order. Alright, there's 42. So they tried this back then. Alright, and it failed back then. It's going to fail again. Alright, when they reach the pinnacle of it, that's when the Lord is going to destroy this place. Alright, and he's going to express that anger and destruction through his son, Yahushai, and the angels. Alright, when they come to deliver Yahushai's elect, Lord willing, we're off that number. Alright, verse 42, and everyone should leave his laws, for example, us leave our laws, statutes and commandments. So all the heathen agreed, the heathens are non-Israelites, according to the commandment of the king. Alright, so the heathen nations were down with this, man. Alright, verse 43, yea, many also of the Israelites, our people, consented to his religion. So we had sellouts back then, and we're going to have sellouts now. Alright, and sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath. Alright, so there's going to be people, that is going to basically capitulate. Some people are going to just say, alright, I'll do it for a quick life, an easy life. Alright, consent. And they did that back then, so they're going to do that now. Alright, and in this empire, if you resisted, alright, these laws, alright, these edicts that they put up in the Seleucid Empire, alright, who were Edomites, so-called white people back then, all right, there will be a consequence for that, all right. So I put in the Seleucid Greek Empire were there executions, all right. This is what the AI overview on Google said. Yes, the Seleucid Empire, all right, executed people who resisted their rule, all right, and many of our people did, and it's in the scriptures, you know, First Maccabees that we just showed, all right, particularly during major conflicts such as the Maccabean revolt, and that was our people, man, okay, and that's a beautiful thing. They feared the Heavenly Father more than they feared these damn Greeks, all right. This was common practice in the ancient world for dealing with rebellions and threats to imperial authority. So there was people were executed back then, all right. And when you do executions, all right, you have to do it through a court system, okay. You know that you have to do it through a court system, and they were doing that back then, all right. But the courts were rigged just to say, listen, just find this guy guilty so we can put him to death, all right. But it had to be done through a court system. Okay. Now I'm gonna play this. Let me see. I'm gonna play this because I saw this trailer for this film called Mercy. It's coming out at the end of the month, and I'm definitely gonna watch it because it's basically showing you what they're gonna do, or you know what their plans are. You know, because there's something called predictive programming where they tell you what's gonna happen in the future through their movies. Okay, and I found years ago I did a video on it, but I'm gonna try and do a video this week, just a small 10 to 15 minutes video to show you examples of predictive programming and how what they put in movies came to pass. That's the left hand side's way of bringing out prophecy through their movies, man. All right, and this is one of them. I'm definitely gonna watch this movie when it comes out. Because basically it's just showing you this beast system, how it's going to be, all right? A technocratic system, okay, of governing people. And it's going to find many people as resistors and guilty, and people will die, man, including the elect. Because the elect is not going to give in to this wicked beast system. So let me play this trailer, and the film's called Mercy, all right? So,
I got this. We're 1196 on that possible hit and run SUV. Officer down! Stay with me, Ray!
LAPD, stay where you are!
We got a runner! Go, 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 go! My name is Detective Christopher Raven. We live in a world where murderers walk free, in a justice system bogged down by red tape and human error. That all ends with mercy. A judicial system powered by artificial intelligence with access to every camera, cell phone, and database. If you commit a capital crime, you have 90 minutes to prove your innocence to an AI judge, or you will be executed.
Detective Raven, I'm Judge Maddox, and this is the Mercy Capital Court.
Hold on, just wait a second.
You're before this court today charged with the murder of your wife.
I loved my wife. I didn't hurt her.
If you are innocent, prove it.
I need us to walk the scene. No, I have something here. We gotta go old school. That's a bomb. Get me out of here!
You're running out of time.
Wow, thank you for that. Bring that back. Pause. Play it again. Can you find out who that is?
Do you want to uncover the truth? Even if the truth is dark.
Do you honestly think that I killed my wife?
I I think there's more that you're not revealing.
Yeah, I noticed they called the movie Mercy. So I'm definitely gonna watch this movie because movies are spiritual, man. You know, and as I said, you know, they show you what they're gonna do before it happens. There's been plenty of examples, you know, and they use things like even wrestling. You know, I was interested as a kid. You know, I still like it to this day. But you've got predictive programming in that as well. So we know what's coming down the pipeline, all right? And it matches what the scriptures say, you know, what will happen in these last days, which we're in, man. All right? This is Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. All right? And where's the place of judgment? On earth, man. All right? Okay? And on this planet Earth, there's governments have systems, you know, to, what's the word? You know, to put people in line, all right? Resistors, to stop resistance and so forth. And this is a global, so-called crusade that these New World Order people are doing. They want the whole world. They want every country to be under this one world government. All right, so therefore they're going to come down with draconian measures. All right, so moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, which is down here on earth. All right, and you have a court system and all that kind of stuff. That's going to come into play. All right, and the wickedness was there. Why is there wickedness? All right, on this earth. Yeah, because the Lord has set it up this way for now. All right, for prophecy's sake, man. Okay. Yeah, Job. The Lord gave them this for prophecy's sake. Job chapter 9. There you go, Job 9:24. All right. So it said there's a place of judgment which is on earth, and wickedness was there. You know, it's the precept for that. Now Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The Lord gave the wicked Edomites, so-called white people, all right, he gave them this earth, okay, for prophecy's sake. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. All right, if not, where and who is he? And covering the faces is all the people in history that were Israelites. They've just whitewashed all those pictures, man. You know, and put a cover over it, or broken noses of statues, etc., to deceive the masses. It's all about deception. That's why we call this man a devil. The word man, devil, comes from the word diablos, which means what? Deceiver. All right. So that's why there's wickedness on this earth, because the Lord gave these Edomites, so-called whites, all right, power, all right, on earth for prophecy's sake. Okay. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, Esau, so-called white man, his empire is falling. That's why he's pushing all this technocratic systems in place. All right, because he's in a hurry to complete this new world order. All right, so in the Seleucid Empire, they basically executed people. All right, and as you saw from that clip, they're going to do it the same thing now, but it's going to be even more efficient. You know what I mean? Because of all this AI and all this stuff, man. All right, go back to Ecclesiastes 3:16. Moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, which is earth, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. All right. Verse 17, and I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked. You know, and the righteous is the elect, man. The elect of the nation Israel. All right. That Yahushua has shed his blood for them first, primarily, and then afterwards in the kingdom, everyone's going to be made whole, man. All right. Some people are going to have to die first and then come back in the kingdom as a a small baby, but they're going to be rulers, man. And that's mercy, man. All right. For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. Okay. So there's a purpose for why they're bringing films out like this. They're showing you what's going to come, down the pipeline, man. All right. If you go the same scriptures, but in the NLT, Ecclesiastes 3:17, I said to myself, in due season, the Most High will judge everyone. That's right. Both good and bad for all their deeds. All right. Verse 18. All right. Also, no, that's it. Ecclesiastes 3:16, Salakia. This is the bit I wanted to highlight. And look at the subheading here. The injustices of life. All right. Ecclesiastes 3:16. And this is an NLT. I also notice that under the sun there is evil in the courtroom. Evil in the courtroom. And that's what you saw in this damn trailer, man. Mercy. Some artificial intelligence woman telling you to prove that your innocence. This is wickedness, man. I also notice under the sun there is evil in the courtroom. Yes, even the courts of law are corrupt. All right, even the courts of law are corrupt. There you go. And that's what's going to happen, all right, in this time, all right, because the scriptures say that, man. The scriptures say that. Let's see, it's a Revelation. Many of the elect are going to resist this evil system, and, consenting to their courts and all this wickedness that they want to do, and they're going to get killed for it. But it's going to be an honorable death, because you're dying for who? How shy, man. Okay, it's beautiful, man. It's, let's see here. All right, this is Revelation 20:4. So the courtrooms are going to be corrupt. Yeah, and when the courtrooms are corrupt, all right, all around the world, this is going to happen. All right, because the elect is going to resist wickedness, resist the MLTB, resist complying, in this system, unto death. Okay, Revelations 20:4, and I saw the thrones and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded, chopping your head off, for the witness of Yahushai. See? For Yahushai, man. That's called integrity. Spiritual integrity. And for the word of the Most High. And had not worshipped the beast. Alright? And this fourth beast, alright, the Roman Empire, it fell for 1,000 years. We took over. And then this same wicked Roman Empire came back in the form of America. NATO, the EU, and that's what that's what they're trying to build. They're trying to build this structure where, listen, if you don't comply, off with your head. And the scriptures is saying that in this scripture that's going to happen, and the elect is going to say no and not consent, just like how the Maccabees did not consent in the Seleucid Empire. See? And why is that? That shows that reincarnation is a true thing, because the same spirits, right, come back upon the earth, all right, in the third and fourth generation, and if the Lord put the spirit on them back then to say no to the enemy and yes to Yahweh Shem Yashai, all right, that same person is of the elect, and they're going to do that same thing, all right, they're going to resist the devil, all right, and they're going to get their heads chopped off, and we don't mind. You're doing us a favor. I don't want to be in this place. All right, so I saw them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, which is damn system, all right, neither had received his mark, which is the MLTB, all right, implants and all that stuff, right in your right hand and forward, all right, had not received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with a Hamashiach 1,000 years, and that's going to be the first 1,000 years in the kingdom. All right, and it's gonna be a long 1,000 years for you heathens, especially for you Edomites, you so-called white people, man. All right, so our people resisted back then, and they were of the elect. They rather die. All right, they rather die than consent to the Seleucid Empire. All right, history's going to repeat itself, but this time, all right, this system is going to have no mercy, man, if you don't comply with it. No mercy whatsoever unless you comply with it, man. All right, and they're going to use all this AI and so forth, all right, to enforce this stuff, you know, these draconian measures, you know. So we have to warn you of these things. All right, so listen, I pray you're edified, and try and watch this movie when it comes out. It's coming out, I think, the 23rd of this month, so look out for it. I pray you're edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.